history with them than I do. Where, like, I remember when Games Workshop was a really shitty company. And the thing with companies is they tend to be cyclical, right? Like, very, very rarely is a company just, like, always awesome. There's gonna be, like, waves where the company eventually, like, especially companies that are public, where, like, they have, like, investors and stocks and all that stuff, where they need to, like, be constantly, their goal is perpetual growth. Perpetual growth is impossible, right? Like, it's a fabrication. You cannot always go up. Eventually, you're gonna go down. And a lot of these companies operate under this mindset of, well, we're just gonna keep going up. And the thing is, that, like, to always go up, eventually they're gonna hit a point where they're gonna start pushing boundaries. They're gonna be trying to see how far they can push their audience. How much more expensive can we make these models? How much of a profit can we make off these models? How many books can we release in an edition? How often can we add in rule changes where you have to pay to get access to it? How often are we gonna do all this stuff? And they're basically trying to see how far they can push the community before the community is finally like, okay, no, like, fuck you guys, we're not doing that anymore. And so this whole situation, Games Workshop, I feel like, is doing that right now. Games Workshop right now is seeing how far they can push the community. Because they're doing stuff like where they're being like, oh, look, whoops, we're releasing multiple $60 books that do the exact same thing. It's just one has more content, so you're gonna have to buy it again, even though you already own the first one, in a very, very small amount of time. And they're doing stuff where, like, a lot of the models are becoming outrageously expensive, where you have a lot of people looking, going, like, I don't know, and it's just gonna keep getting worse. It's gonna keep getting worse until the community puts up for itself. Which, my opinion and my stance on that is that Games Workshop has already gone too far, and people should already be looking at them and scrutinizing them and saying, hey, this isn't okay. Because right now, I feel like we're still in the ballpark of, okay, a lot of the stuff you're doing is cool, but some of the stuff you're doing is kind of worrying, and you need to stop. And if they don't heed that warning, and they just keep going down this path, eventually it's going to hit a point where you're going to have a lot of community members, myself included, telling them, okay, I'm not buying your products, and I'm going to tell people that everyone that I can not to buy your products because you're being absolute jerks about this. And when that happens, then sales drop, and then bad things can happen. Because you have the company sitting there going, ooh, we're losing money. Why are we losing money? And they're going to blame something, right? And that's where you get into situations where you see armies getting squatted. You see side games getting squatted. That's what happened to Games Workshop 10, 15 years ago. Is that, like, they had all these awesome side games. They had all these awesome tabletop products. And then the company got really aggressive and really bullshit and, like, started doing a lot of really predatory behavior. And all of a sudden, all these games got completely thrown in the trash because Games Workshop was like, oh, we're not making money. They threw away Blood Bowl. They threw away all this stuff. Like, if you want to shill for GW, you can shill for GW. But I'm going to call you out on it if you're doing it in front of me. Like, I'm not I worry about it. I worry about it. Anyway.
You're back. And with the Suncors, I see. And Dorit?
A, stalker got him. It wasn't pretty.
And you beat a stalker. That's worth a bonus. Here, take my share. You've earned it. I'll see to the caravan from here. I think the rest of the trip will go
Yeah, I'm mad because I care. Yeah. That's exactly it. Okay, so I think we've done... Where's the day tower? No, I've said my piece. I'm done. So that's the day tower. I think that's where just about every quest we have is taking us. Go to the day tower. Go to the border fort. Okay, that's just before the day tower. Ancient Armory? Don't know where that one is. Oh no, yeah, this is the one I just can't get to because I don't have like the tech for it. And then this one is crazy far away. Okay, cool. So we are all set. New quest. I think that's the DLC. Is this area? Okay, we are all set to head out. What is this? Oh, it's a hunting ground. Okay. Alright, let's boogie. How are the stalkers? I fought one stalker, and he was moderately frightening, but we did kill him. That laser beam moves real quick. I have a strong suspicion we'll be running into more of those sooner rather than later. Yeah, mind your own business. Bonfire! Speaking of Aberash, just got the Red Duke book, and it's awesome. Great, dude. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, the Red Duke book is very, very good. Though it did absolutely convince me that Aberash is like just as bad as his fellow vampires. Many people I know were like hardcore fans of Aberash and like, oh, he's the best. Like, he's awesome. He's nothing like all those other vampires. Then you read the Red Duke book and you're like, ugh. Aberash, dude, you're an asshole. Which makes sense. Like, Aberash should be an asshole. He's a vampire. Let's see, we got a Bellowback. Though it's an Ice Bellowback. Another one.
This is where
Oh no, that's a fire Bellowback. Never mind. Jesus. Alright, let's slow him down a little bit. Fire hurts. That's not what I wanted. Stretch and hydrate. Thank you. People that idolize vampires are weird. Well, I don't mean idolize like they're like, oh, I want to be that. But like, I could totally get why someone would think Aberash is just like the best. Which is, you know, it's totally fine if you want to think that. But I think a lot of people get mistaken into thinking that Aberash was like this super chivalrous, never did anything evil or wrong vampire. Which is how he's portrayed in certain books. like in Josh Reynolds' Masters of Death trilogy, which never got a third book, Abarash is definitely portrayed much more heroically. I think that's the version of Abarash a lot of people get caught up on. That was absolute bullshit. Ow. You're weak to fire, right? Yes. Cook for me, baby. More. Damn.
Makes this a little easier.
Down he goes. Didn't he end up serving Gilles eventually? Yes. He did serve alongside Gilles Le Breton. But the only reason he did that is because Gilles Le Breton beat him in a fight. Whoop. Asshole. What am I doing? Burn, bitch. If I could stop getting blown up, that would make me very happy. How scary do I reckon a Strigoi... Oh, dude, anything... It doesn't matter what bloodline it is. A ogre vampire would be one of the scariest goddamn things in the Warhammer Fantasy universe. We're getting them in AOS now, though. We are officially getting vampire ogres in AOS. And it looks like the upcoming book, which is called the, it's called the, Soulblight Gravelords. It's looking like the Soulblight Gravelords is actually going to be introducing new bloodlines for the AOS vampires, because that's something they don't really have right now, is like bloodlines. It seems that's actually going to be introduced now, because they mentioned to us in the most recent article on the Rat Prince, which the Rat Prince is another special character for the Soulblight Gravelords, next to, what's-his-face? The wolf from, Ulfenkarn. That they are part of the, like, the Virkos bloodline, which, you know, we don't know a lot about them yet. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see, who the new bloodlines are going to be for AOS, because, like, AOS has relied primarily on the fantasy bloodlines with, like, the flesh-eater coits, the flesh-eater courts being the Strigoi, and then obviously you still have Neferata and Manfred around representing their bloodlines, the Lamians and the Von Karsteins. And then, of course, you have the, there have been rumors that Abarash is still around in AOS. And then I haven't heard anything about Necrons. Not a watcher.
Low and quiet does it.
Goodness, quite a few of you buggers around here, isn't there? What is that symbol? Oh, it's a dude. Getting absolutely mauled.
Get her
Bad boy!
Almost got it.
Do you? Do you really? There's the flower. Oh, ow! That was a little...
I've got you marked.
Come here.
Just stay out of their way for now.
When I get into Soulbound, I'm going to play a good vampire, because one of the things I hate about Warhammer is the races like vampires are just evil because they're vampires, I guess. Well, in Warhammer Fantasy, generally vampires are kind of complicated. They're not exactly... They're not really evil. Well, a lot of them are evil. But it's more that their lifestyle and their needs tends to lead them down the path of becoming truly evil. Not because they're just like, oh, like we're so bad. But when you have to feast on the blood of the living to properly sustain yourself, and the thing about the vampiric curse that is very notable about it from a lore perspective is that the vampiric... The curse of the vampires does more than just like, oh, okay, you need to feast on blood to live, and like you get all these other things you have to deal with. It also has a pretty nasty side effect where the curse of vampirism basically causes you, whether you're aware of it or not, to be it causes your most extreme features to basically become incredibly exaggerated. So, like, a lot of the quirks and habits you had in life will basically become extremely accelerated and will be twisted into something much, much darker and nastier than they ever were in life, which will inevitably lead you into probably becoming a really, really terrifying, not good person, creature thing. And that's what happens to most of them. It's not so much the idea that they're just evil because, you know, vampires are just evil. It's that, like, if they were prideful or arrogant in life, that gets accentuated to a billion. If they were someone who was known to be particularly aggressive or and they struggled with violence, that's going to be heavily accentuated. If they're going to be someone who had issues with wanting to always be in control or trying to control other people, that's going to get accentuated. Or if they were somebody that valued power, or they were like a glutton in life, or they were especially greedy, like they can... It's those habits and those aspects of their life that tend to warp them into something monstrous and problematic. It's not the issue of it's not the issue that vampires are just like inherently spooky bad guys. There's more to it. Hopefully that makes sense. Need to update my weapon mods. 6, 1, 3, 10, 10, 20. A rock, really? Bummer. 20. Wow, those were terrible boxes. Okay, let's throw away a rock so I can open that. Why can I not throw this? that's gonna bother me. Yeah, let's check on our weapon mods. Because these are the 4 that I'm using right now. What? Oh no, I have to go to modify weapons. There we go. Let's see, what mods do you have on right now? Just lots and lots of bonus damage? Wow, I can add even more bonus damage. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, I'd rather put that on my sharpshooting bow, right? Yeah, so let's put... Boom. And then terror, we can go... Damage and handling. I'm not too worried about that. Having really high terror would be super nice. But I think, yeah, let's mix it with handling. That'll work. Then let's take a look at our Karja Sling, which is all about frost and shock damage. We can get higher... Ooh, 45% shock. Shock, damage, and freeze. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, yeah. And then... a Mighty Bow? My Hunter Bow is significantly better. 21 damage. We do 24. Wouldn't mind having some fire damage bonus. Let's do that. And then last is our Tripcaster, which is shock and damage, I think. Wait, what do I have on? 21%? We can do 26. Yeah, let's do that. And then handling, we'll switch out for damage and handling. Yep. Some good upgrades. Yeah, not all vampires are evil. Genevieve wasn't evil, Orica wasn't evil. And there are various vampires who you could debatably say are not evil. They have a very different perspective on things, and a lot of people will accuse them of being evil, but whether they are or not is quite a bit more complicated. You know, it's not a simple one-to-one thing. Let's get rid of the shitty mods. I wonder when I get the ability to upgrade my spear. Maybe that goes with my armor?
You can stay away. I have no quarrel with the Nora.
And I have no quarrel with you. What is this place?
These are hunting grounds, and I'm the keeper. I offer the element trials for those who want to join the Hunter's Lodge. Now you know, so you can be on your way.
Wait, what if I want to have a go at one of these trials?
Then I have to give them to you.
He sounds so thrilled. Did any of the notable Tomb King characters survive the end times? No, not. If they have, we haven't heard about it. From everything we've heard, all of the Tomb King characters are dead.
You're not very friendly, are you?
Oh, and the Nora are? Don't you usually kill trespassers and outlanders?
Is that what you're afraid of?
Look, I didn't choose this assignment. They told me it was an honor, then stuck me right near your sacred lands. So I'm keeping to what I know, herds and trials, and hoping I won't get murdered by Nora, angry about the Red Raids.
Just to be clear, I have no plans to murder you, all right?
Fine.
Any predictions on the
But
last
I'm
Warhammer
watching
2
you.
DLC based on missing units? Yeah, I think it's going to be Beastmen with Tarks the Brass Bull, bringing in Doom Bulls. I think a new hero is going to be the Wargore. And then it's going to be a new legendary hero for the DLC. I think will be Moonclaw, the special character. And then I think for new units, it's going to be the Gorgon, the Jabberslythe, and Tuskor Chariots. I also think that they are going to get, as free LC, they're going to get Goros Warhoof as a Legendary Lord free LC character. And then I think as free LC, we're going to get Zongors, Slongors, Korngors, and Pestigors. As just like a big thing. Toddy for F... No, I don't think Toddbringer's going to get anything. I mean, Toddbringer's already in the game, but I don't think he's going to get anything. And then I think against the Beastmen, it's going to be... I'm thinking it's going to be the Lizardmen. The Dark Elves, I don't think have enough units to make a good Lord pack. I think it's going to be Lizardmen. And it's probably going to be Oxiodal because he's the most different, being a assassin sniper character. With the Skink Oracle Lord, a Croxagore hero choice, and then for units, it'll be the Troglodon, the Quotal as a new monster, and I don't know what the... And probably like Skink Horned One Riders. The Great Brave Shaman I think will be FLC. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about him. The Great Brave Shaman I think will be a free LC hero. Or Lord. And then for the Lizardman, I think the Lizardman is going to be mostly focused on like Oxiodal, those new units he's getting, and then it's probably going to be like a full Beastman rework. But I think the DLC is also going to have a substantial amount focused on fixing the Lizardman as well. That's my thoughts, though. Start trials.
Hurry up and choose your trial, so I can explain it to you.
The Firefight Trial.
For this trial, shoot the containers on Striders' backs with fire arrows. If you hit them right, you'll get quite a blast.
Alright, let's do it.
Wonderful. Now go down a rope and I'll time you.
This guy is super friendly. Alright, so we're going to be lighting Striders on fire. Let's boogie. Striders. That's a bellowback. Striders? Where are all the damn Striders? Where are the Striders, dude? Oh, let me figure out where these guys spawn, and then we're gonna start over. All I see are, bellowbacks. Okay, there they are. So they're, like, way the fuck out there. Alright. Alright, Eldrin, have a good day, my dude.